Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. The first existence of the whole place, Mayuki would begin to devour millions of souls, without Daishinkan noticing. However, Daishinkan was very happy since his creator had returned after having spent millions of years. I don't understand why my lady doesn't want me to report on her return, but she must have her reasons, although I would love to inform everyone about her great return. Meanwhile, in Universe 14, we can observe a Kakarot as he walked all over the battlefield, but after several steps, he had fallen to the ground with serious injuries, since his entire body, and even his internal system, was completely destroyed by the blows of both gods. But the real reason was the price to pay for the Hyper Kaioken, which required an amazing endurance to be able to maintain the technique. My body hurts too much. I don't know how to recover. But by his mind, hundreds of memories of his father's abilities, it could be observed that's right, Keiga, he had not left his son helpless, since he had transmitted to him all the abilities that he had created after having lived for millions of years. So Kakarot's entire body would be enveloped in a great cloud of energy. While his entire body healed at an incredible speed, his internal energy system began to transport much more energy. But it did not cause any harm to Kakarot, since everything was restoring every part of his veins that were destroyed. Really, thank you very much, Dad. Every day I'm more prepared, but I have to become much more powerful to defeat the new enemies. So after about 2 months passed, in which Kakarot had completely recovered, but the power he had obtained after having recovered was a complete outrage. Since this time, his base state, the one very familiar to the Hyper Kaioken that he had used against both gods, which even left him surprised to the same. Wow, this is amazing! I didn't think I'd be able to possess all this power. I have to train to fight with the other gods. Kakarot would begin to meditate since he had enough knowledge to be able to increase his power without having battles. He only maintained battles to have a better experience against his other enemies. Meanwhile, Mayuki had been able to collect millions of souls, so his body had recovered almost completely. So Mayuki would try to stand up, but to his surprise, at the moment of standing up, he would fall sharply to the ground, vomiting too much blood, while his entire internal system went out of control. That's right, his own body was rejecting all the power that had been eaten from every soul. No! My power is gone again! Damn it! What happened? I was able to absorb much more power in the past. But Keiga appeared in front of Mayuki in her spiritual form. It's a pity that the little Zen, I have granted him in essence about every living being, and with this, no being will be able to absorb his soul. Only thought about the gods, since mortals, they wouldn't be able to dominate him. But it's a surprise what you've done. You bastard. How could you even see the future? How did you know I was going to feed on the power of hundreds of souls? From the moment when you refused to form a descent in my image and likeness, I knew what your true purpose was. Mayuki would pounce against Keiga, but he himself would disappear as he was only a spectral form. Mayuki would fall to the ground, not being able to do anything. You're lucky that to this day is not the end of your life, but when that warrior's in front of you, you'll feel the real terror. I'm not afraid of anyone. I was able to beat you. There's no being more powerful than you, so don't brag. I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm just informing you, so you better start training cleanly. That essence would spread throughout the kingdom of the All, while Mayuki was very upset by the humiliation that Keiga had given her. I promise that I'll end every hope you have. You'll not be able to do anything against my queen, let alone come back to life. Returning to Universe 14, Kakarot was ready to set off towards Universe 15, so he would immediately start moving all over the place at amazing speeds, all over outer space, while saying, let's hope this god is much more friendly, since I don't want to continue ending those lives of those insects. I just want to exterminate the beings of the kingdom of the whole. Kakarot would arrive to where the powerful god was, but unlike the power of the previous 3 gods, and power that emanated that goddess, it was very tiny, which even made that goddess blush a little. I'm so sorry. I don't think to have Nadia of use today. Don't worry, but are you really a goddess of destruction? That's right, sir, I'm a goddess of destruction. Even if my power's not so great, I always try to strive to get to survive from the heavenly four. Four celestials? Who are they? When they pass by, please be quiet or they'll end my life. The day had passed quickly, so by nightfall both were making their way towards Nin's palace. However, one of the four celestials would appear in front of Kakarot. Kakarot, get out of here! Thanks to you, I was able to realize the value of life, as well as how much I'm worth. I plan to give my life for you. Get out! Don't say stupid things, Nin. This damn talker, he's not even the chosen one, so his power must be mediocre. The Celestial had rushed against Kakarot, being useless, since as it were a hologram, Kakarot had disappeared, appearing on his back so a great terror could be observed on the Celestial's face, since with that movement, he had finished with dozens of gods, and these died without even knowing that he had hit them. Kakarot, without making a single movement, was able to release an incredible pressure, with which he would leave the Celestial unable to move. But to everyone's surprise, the Celestial was very determined. He was able to get rid of the pressure while rising to the top of Nin's planet, and his power did not stop growing, as even this time it seemed to be an unlimited power. Where are you getting so much power from? This isn't a power that belongs to him. But Kakarot, being the descendant of Kaga, the first being of the multiverse, with his great visual power was able to observe as the energy of all the planets that were around him began to enter his entire body. That's right, this Celestial fed on the power of the celestial bodies of the entire universe, so instantly, like a flash, he was able to deliver a powerful blow to Kakarot's stomach. This happens to you for underestimating me. So you are the damn guy who has ended the life of 3 supreme gods. But you are nothing more than a simple worm. Kakarot being hit with all that power was not being prepared. He had fallen to the ground with a big wound, so the Celestial would start laughing. But Kakarot's whole body would start to heal quickly, and the confidence of that Celestial would lead him to ruin, because instantly Kakarot would stand up and a big sky-colored light had been able to pass through everything around him. That's right, Kakarot was able to reach the Super Saiyan Blue, but the power was completely incredible. But the heavenly being, confident that he possessed all the power of the Universe 15, would try to start to wear down his energy, as he would throw great attacks, not caring about the power drain, which Kakarot was completely analyzing. It's time! I have a great idea! Kakarot began to expel his power, and from his entire body, a dark aura was able to cover the entire planet of Nin. So the Celestial, at the time of trying to absorb much more power, it was impossible for him, because that dark energy did not allow him to absorb energy, but he felt more panic when he realized that Kakarot was approaching him, and while his power was growing much more. This is a real power, which I don't need from beings or planets, and it doesn't matter that I get caught in a place. My power's real, not like yours. Nin was surprised to witness how Kakarot had been able to blend a celestial, beings that were not even above the power of an angel. I can't believe it! The power that Kakarot possesses is amazing! I want to be like him. Kakarot would begin to massacre his enemies, since on this occasion, the Celestial, having wasted so much energy, was not even able to defend himself from all the blows that Kakarot gave him. The Celestial would fall to the ground with surprising power, while large amounts of blood would come out of his entire body, since he wasn't able to stand. This isn't what's supposed to go out like this. I'm one of the 4 Celestials. I can't lose to pathetic mortal. That Celestial would try to stand up, but his whole body was completely shattered. Since Kakarot, despite causing him great physical damage, the most serious thing was all the internal damage that he had generated. That Celestial, since every vein of energy was sealed, and that's why he wasn't able to release much more power. It's time to end your life. I don't like to end someone as weak as you, but you'll be a burden in the future, so I plan to eradicate you. That Celestial wasn't able to do anything, would accept his fate, so Kakarot, as if he were a monster, would tear out his heart and subsequently, with a great burst of energy, was able to pulverize it completely. Kakarot, is that really you? Of course, Nin. Don't worry, but I won't allow any god or anyone to be able to hurt you. I plan to protect you with my life. I promise to become more powerful so I won't be a burden to you. Don't worry, Nin. You're not a bother, but I have to leave now as I want to fight with the last 2 supreme gods. Please, Kakarot, don't kill the last two gods, as they are from a pure heart. Just try to talk to them, or take me with you, please. Okay, Nin, we'll go together so we could create an alliance anyway. I have to find that dam. The latter would only think, so instantly at a great speed they began to leave all over space, being able to quickly take to Universe 16, in which Kakarot was surprised to observe a god since he had the appearance of a simple child. Have we come to the right place? I can't believe the god of Universe 16's a boy. The guy named Bastion with a great blow was able to send Kakarot to fly, since it had seemed to him a lack of respect. Kakarot will fall to the ground, and at the moment, he was dragged down a few mountains due to the power of Bastion's blow. Nin, how long has it been since we saw each other? I don't know if you're with this bastard because of your will, but I plan to end his life because of that lack of respect for my person. Nin, before being able to say anything, Bastion had disappeared, starting to give an authentic beating to Kakarot, who was not able to observe all the attacks since out of 10 that he was able to observe, the god connected 30 to him. That's right, Goku was only able to observe a small part of all the blows that were being given to him, because the speed of the enemy was overwhelming. Kakarot, in a lucky move, was able to deal him a big blow, which made him fall to the ground, but in a single blow, was able to even make him vomit large amounts of blood. I could tell that this god has great physical power and incredible speed, but his weak point is endurance, because in one blow, I was able to do a great damage to him. Yeah, damn, that hurt me too much. I won't forgive you, even if you beg for your life. The angry god had launched himself against Kakarot, but on this occasion, although Kakarot was still at a disadvantage, he was able to exchange several blows, which at every moment caused much more damage to the little god. I can't believe it! Kakarot will be able to beat the lightning god, which he was able to beat any of us because of his great speed. Both warriors were able to deal damage to themselves a big blow at the same time, with which both fell to the ground out of combat, Kakarot because he had received millions of blows, while Bastion had received several blows, but out of an overwhelming power, returning to the kingdom of the whole, Mayuki had been able to stand up again, since his body had rejected all the absorbed energy, so he would be called Daishinken. Dai, isn't there somewhere where I can be able to fully recover?
Of course, if my lady. I'll take her to one of the heavenly rooms. Her regenerative power is amazing.
Both warriors entered that dimension, in which Mayuki had the intention of leaving with a much greater power than it had in the past. I swear that I'll finish with that warrior that you've created. The only creation that can exist is Zeno-sama and Daishinken. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.